Sup, and welcome to another Dark and Darker video. If you find you enjoy these kind of commentary gameplay videos, consider subscribing. Not only does it help you get recommended more of my videos, which are very similar to this one, but it helps me keep motivated to do these videos despite everything else going on in my life. Thanks for watching, let's just get right in the game, huh? Alright, we spawn in for the first raid. I spawn behind this like wooden barricade in the wooden walkway room, and I see someone AFK on the other side, so I shoot an arrow at them. Only takes 2 in the head to kill them. Kind of feel bad about it because they were AFK and all, but oh well. Move over here, aggro a bunch of death bats, or death heads, whatever they are, and a bat. Kill one. And the bat actually just does a telegraphed attack where it just goes forward, so you can dodge that really easily. I usually try to kill these death skulls, or whatever they're called, where I can loot them. One dropped, I know, and I just can't find the other one in the darkness, but it could have dropped too, I don't know. Move over here and kill a ranged goblin first, before moving around and killing the rest. Kind of like to neutralize all the threats in this room because you can get some really fun fights in all these wooden walkways. Quite like this room. Here I'm keeping cognizant of the zone. It's already at my back halfway through the room, or it will be, you know, in a few minutes. That's where it's going to end up, so just being aware of that. Brought in some gold pouches to hold gold this time. Brought in 2 instead of 1. So I've been getting so much gold in my other videos. Go up here and decide to loot this AFK person I killed, even though they look like they don't really have anything. And they don't. Decide to loot this room up here with the 2 goblins, because you can get some okay weapon spawn on the table, and has a few chests. Might as well loot it. Other highlight of this whole room, this wooden walkway room, is the room in the corner with the goblin mage hiding in it. It's got a lot of loose treasure spawns, pots, everything you could want. Get a blue bow, but I kind of realized that it's a survival bow. So if you don't know, survival bows take a really long time to draw, and they don't really do that much damage. So I kind of get wise, and you know, I don't really want to keep a survival bow in my inventory to use, so I drop it. Zone's rapidly coming in at my back, so I decide I need to move on to another room. Do end up aggroing 1 goblin. So come over here, I hear some combat, so I know there's a player in the middle. Finish off that goblin, and I push in here while I hear them drinking a potion. They probably heard my plate armor, so they're aware and running away, slapping their feet. Come over here, I shoot them once. And I faintly just hear some boots on my right, and I get attacked by a rogue from the shadows. They poisoned weapon, weak point, and I die immediately. Not only was that a really geared rogue, they just came up and ambushed me when my pants were down. They have a cloak, they have poisoned weapon, which does magic damage, weak point, everything that could have killed me if they took me by surprise, which they did. So all of that good loot I had finally is gone. I've been using it for literally 20 plus raids, so it definitely made its money back. But it's gone, and this rogue got it in like the last hour of the playtest. I watched them loot me just to double down the pain. And yeah, it's just a shame. I was in a really bad spot, and I didn't hear their tiny little boots before they got up to me. They were really fast. I'm going to show me gearing up for the next raid, though, in just a moment. Alright, here I'm just going to show me selling my stuff and gearing up. Here, I got some stuff for my stash that I equip first. And I go to the market to buy a 200 gold Find Cuirass. 2 physical power, pretty good enough for me. The astute among you might notice that some of this gear that I got from my stash is just gear that I've looted in other raids. Like that longbow, everything else. Equip some healing. Gotta buy some arrows, even though I'm kind of getting low on gold. It's the last hour of the playtest, so I'm trying to use up everything I can. Equip a pendant rings. And I find an extra long sword in my stash to bring out too. That's what I go out with. Positive view. Alright, spawn in. We spawn on this wooden walkway room, this time on the other side of where we spawned last time. I'm looking for a player that could have spawned on the other side. Thought I heard some little footsteps over here, so I put my ear against the door. I think I did, but it was probably like a goblin or something, not a player. Decided to clear up this little top room again first for that weapon spawn, loose treasure. This time I'm using a longbow, which I'm not really used to. It's got quite a long draw time compared to the recurve bow, which I've been using for a while. And I find another longsword that's actually eerily similar to the longsword I have equipped. It's just a bit worse though. It has a little less damage and a little less armor pen, so the one I brought in, it was still just the better longsword. Open up this chest, and of course it's a mimic. That's alright though. It dies easily. And here I just want to clear out the rest of the room, including that little corner room with the Goblin Mage this time. Just to fill up my inventory with all the treasure I can, because again, I'm trying to get some money, trying to get some fights, last hour of the playtest, so might as well. Try to aggro a little goblin, but this one's gonna get up here, so gotta deal with it first. Gonna kill the Goblin Mage first. Pretty simple though. Now it's just picking up all this loose treasure. I know I can definitely fit up that last little piece of treasure if I arrange stuff. Zone's more favorable to me now, so I have the time to check all of this and be kind of slower. Go up here and think I'm gonna go towards the middle room. Anyone getting a little deja vu from last raid where I died by that rogue? I know I certainly was right after that raid, going into the same spot as before. So I'm scared. Went in the middle, don't hear anything. See a little rogue running around. Decided to just clear the mobs and try and stay in a kind of safer spot. And listen for none of those damn footsteps I miss. This rogue doesn't really know what's going on. I decided to shoot at him. Hit one as they're going around the corner, and they aggro like every mob in the room. Decided to actually get this little piece of treasure from this beetle. Decided to heal up just a little bit. Might as well stay healthy while I have the meds for it. Arrange my inventory a little bit. And as I walk up here, towards the middle, I see a cleric, looks like with 2 ruby silver, a chest, and a glove. They're buffing themselves up and running at me. I know if they're bringing in ruby silver, they're probably bringing in a lot more rare gear, so I'm scared. I drink a potion. They say, be brave, be brave. I decide to follow their lead, be brave. They want to judgment me, I know, and I'm considering just running away, but I'm too close now. So I engage, I don't second wind, and they kill me handedly. If I would have second winded, that would have been closer. They do cast a heal right here, so the health bar you see in the bottom of the screen isn't actually accurate, but they have some insane purple gear, cloak, legendary shield, just so much good gear. and there's probably no way I win that. I probably just should have ran the other way as soon as I saw them, because even with if I pop my second wind, I don't win the fight. It's kind of sad, but so well. I'll include another screen where I gear up for the third raid. Get some healing, and this time I bring in an arming sword and a different other sword, so I changed my projectile resistance perk to dual wield. I'm going for a dual wield fighter build for this third raid, hoping to get some success. Getting into the third raid, I spawn next to this goblin mage and a few goblin warriors. This pond area. Not a bad spawn, I've gotten it before in some of my other videos. Also kind of gives me an excuse to get used to the movesets of both my swords this time, because I'm running dual wield instead of longsword. I've been using longsword for basically like this whole playtest at this point, but it's the last hour and I have two okay swords, might as well bring them both out and try out dual wield. Pretty good lightfoot boots on that goblin warrior. This golden chest is actually locked and I don't have any lockpicks. Pretty sad, but oh well. Kinda just reminding me of when I had all that good gear from the first raid. I had a bunch of lockpicks too. But again, this is during the last hour of the playtest, so it's okay that I lost, you know, all that gear. It would actually kind of be even more sad if I didn't lose that gear and the playtest ended and I just still had it, you know? So I don't see it too bad. I'm just looking for some last little fun before the playtest ends. Some pretty good treasure from the pots. I'm going my usual route of going down here and then sort of heading upwards towards the other goblin mage room. And here I'm still trying to like get used to the, you know, how my weapons attack. So I'm just kind of practicing on the enemies and just the air, just to make sure I know how my attacks are going to move when I fight players. Because again, I'm not used to running dual wield, I'm used to running longswords. Going here just to kill these ranged goblins and the goblin mage from the little corner on the rock here. I'm also checking behind me there every time I shoot an arrow, just for any goblin warriors that might aggro or any players that might show up. I'm just aware of that little angle of attack. An okay longbow. At this point I'm kind of looting like really anything that I think I could use or sell or whatever. Mostly used because again this is the last hour. I'm just trying to get into some raids, get some fun fights, and then it doesn't matter if I win or lose, you know? Just trying to have some fun before the end. Zone's rolling in, so I want to loot this really fast. And this little piece of treasure gives me some trouble. It's like invisible in the mud pile, but I find it before the zone pops up and just moving in. See dead goblins that I didn't kill and some looted stuff, so I know a player's been around through here. Here's a skeleton through that door on my left, so I know a player didn't go that way. Here I go into the darkness here because there's a little loot spot in the back that's kind of hidden. Just a little known spot to check when you're here. Since the zone's coming in, I'm kind of looting towards the zone, so playing it safe. I get stuck on the little wooden supports, but find my way out. Thinking about where I want to go. I could push towards that skeleton, or I could push over this way. I think I kind of want to go over here. I see a dead cleric, it looks like, on the ground. Decided to check them. Looking around for players. Loot them. And they look kind of unlooted because they have some okay green gear that I decided to grab, like those pants. Even those Lightfoot boots are actually pretty good. Some of the other stuff might be pretty good. Like that book could probably sell on the market. I don't know. But I hear a door close over on that side. So I know that's where the player went who killed this person probably. So I kind of walk around, check. Nothing. See some old dropped cleric gear. So I assume this is where that cleric spawned. Walk over here to try and start a fight with this person. It's a cleric because they casted a buff spell. They have a quarterstaff. They shield themselves, heal themselves, buff themselves. I shoot them once. Twice. You drink a shield potion, they're just running away, straight up. Decide to kind of chase after them, use my sprint. And a fireball was cast, and that guy I think killed a wizard with their quarterstaff. You can see that on the top right of the screen, the kill feed. And they're just still running away. I decided to just actually run them down. I don't pull out any of my weapons. They have a bunch of mobs on them, goblins and mummies. They heal themselves, and now they're just trying to kill the goblins because they can't open that door, I know. So I push up, weave my way through the goblins, and attack this cleric. Hit them once, twice, 3 times, 4. 4 or 3 times I hit them, and they go down. Pretty beefy cleric. I get kind of low too, but I have my second wind, so I use that and kill the rest of the mobs in this little mosh pit of this tiny hallway. Really, really fun fight there. Kind of unique. I've never had a fight end like that with so many mobs around, and I weave my way through and kill all of them. That was a lot of fun. But loot up. They had a purple ring in their inventory that I probably could equip, and maybe a pendant I could equip, but the rest of their stuff was cleric gear. You know, not very good for a fighter like me. They just stack like, you know, will and intelligence and magic damage, stuff that I don't need. So rest of their gear is kind of mad, but they have a spell book that's +2 all attributes. I know for a fact that will sell like hotcakes on the market for +2 all attributes. That's huge. So decide to push up and make room for that. Yeah, I'm just deciding what to loot. I could have put that pendant on. I think it's a little bit better than mine, but you know, it's not at the end of the world at the end of the day. Doesn't really make too much of a difference. Just trying to fit all the meds and stuff I can, because I'm kind of low on meds too. At the start of this raid anyway. Thinking about taking some of their other gear, because it is good, you know, but you know, I'm not going to use it. It's fine. I'll just carry on. And at this point, I'm looking straight for a portal, because my inventory is full. And if there's another fight, maybe I'll consider taking it, because again, last however many minutes of the playtest, it's really the only time to fight. Doesn't matter if you lose. Walk over here and I see a naked barbarian with boots, and they want to peace, but I'm not about it. Again, I'm looking for fights. This is the last bit of the playtest. Looking for fights. Hit them twice with an arrow. They scream. Then they drop down to the little hole down there. I don't really think I want to chase them down there. They aggro some mobs. And again, I'm just looking for a portal. I decided to go this way and open up this door because I thought maybe that a portal would spawn in this room. Aggro a goblin, so I have to kill them first. But I don't really see a portal, so whatever. I could have checked behind that pillar too, but it's fine. See that barbarian again who's healing up. They crouch at me again. I'm not friendly. Being friendly at the last part of the playtest is, you know, meh. The portal spawns though, and I know I have to fight them for this portal because they probably want it too. It's getting to the last circle now. They're fighting that mummy. I think I can get some pot shots in before this portal. I probably should have opened the portal at this point because they pushed back so far, but I actually walk up instead. Kind of a little mistake. I should have opened up that portal. And they hit that mummy. I shoot them again, so I know they're still kind of low. They scream, push in, and I missed 2 of my strikes, hit the 3rd one, but they just have so much damage, and they end up killing me as a naked barbarian. That's alright though. They loot me up. They have some pretty good stuff. I'm not too surprised. I do want to kind of pause here And note that this barbarian has the perks that give you +5 damage with an axe, 10% headshot damage with an axe, 10% when no armor, and the lower HP, the more percent damage you get. So they're just stacking all damage. They're literally just trying to, you know, kill, basically. That's the end of this video. I went through the painstaking process of chronicalizing all the gear I lost in the first, second, and third raid, but you know, I still think it was worthy to upload not just my wins but my losses. If you would like to see me, you know, frag out and win, check out my other videos on this channel. They're very similar format, just you know, different content, so check it out.